What's up, you guys? It's your boy Blair.
And Sadé. And we're over the BS.
Yes, over the BS. And you guys, we are over the BS of quarantine. First of all, welcome to our show. We are so excited. Over the BS is pretty much a show where we talk about what we're over, whether it's about the stigma of mental health. But today we are talking about the quarantine, okay? Because this is ridiculous.
We're done. How long have we been in quarantine? How long has it been?
It has to be like 45 days. 46. Maybe
Honestly,
50.
all the days are blending together. This morning I kept saying like, wow, this Tuesday is really weird. And I'm like, girl, it's Thursday. I had to keep telling myself it's Thursday. Like, get it together.
Yes. And for me, the weeks are just going by so fast where it's like, okay, I did this on Sunday. And then, because I always keep track of my days based on my show. So it's like Sunday, Insecure, Sundays. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, I swear to God, I just watched Insecure yesterday and we're already back to Sunday. It's like now we're on episode 3. Like, what is happening?
I know. And I find that to be so interesting that like the days, besides them just blending together, how are they going by so fast? Before we know it, it's tomorrow. And it's like, wait, I thought I was gonna be at home. Things are gonna drag. And there are a lot of things to keep us bored and entertained. I don't know. It's such a weird and strange time. I saw an article that actually said that this will probably be a blip in all of our memories because everything will be like one hodgepodge of time that will be just like, oh yeah, there was that quarantine time, but
I can see
everyone's
that.
at home. It's just so weird. I feel like
what's your normal routine? I have to ask, what's your normal like routine?
Well, for me, so I get up at like 7-ish, something around there. I'll get up, I'll make some tea, or work out, which has been a struggle of its own.
Or work out? You either have tea or work out.
But if I work out, like I'll have a banana before, then I'll work out.
Okay, but I'm saying you don't, if you have tea, you don't work out?
Well, it just depends because that usually happens on the days that
why can't you just have both?
I told you I'm struggling, okay? I'm struggling with my at-home workout.
I love you.
So if I'm getting the tea, it's like, oh, looks like it's gonna be an afternoon workout. And then when afternoon comes, I'm like, oh, looks like it's gonna be morning workout. So yeah, but it's usually tea or workout. And then I'll do a devotional. I do work for a online like mag. I work for them. It's a startup, which is really fun, covering internet culture, which I love. It's called Stay Hip. Check it out if you want to keep up with the kiddos on TikTok. Check it out, stayhip.com. So I work there part-time. I cover culture. I do TikTok videos for them. So all that kind of like fun stuff for a few hours. Then after that, it's kind of like me doing my own freelance stuff, which I feel like is its own other monster. And then the day starts again. What are your days looking like? Because I have a bit of a structure and
Girl, every day is the same and I cannot change it. Like I've tried so hard just to wake up early. This is the first time during quarantine. No, I lied. This is the first time since I moved to my new place in quarantine that I actually woke up early. So I woke up at 6:00 in the morning. Don't know how.
I know. I was like, ooh, a text from Blair at 6:50. Okay.
Yeah, I woke up early. But before that, I'm not going to lie to you. I was waking up at 9:30, 10. No lie. I'm going to keep it real with you. But I was staying up till like 2 or 3 getting like, Okay. So, I mean.
You just shifted the time.
Yeah, and I don't like that. I don't like staying up that late. But like it's hard for me to go to sleep when I don't have anything to do the next day.
Yeah, and especially
I'm just
when you consider, like, I always think about the East Coast too. I'm like, okay, I can't believe if I'm getting up at 7, it's already 10 there. They've started their day technically, quarantine or not, working from home or not. Like, they've already started the day, and I feel so behind. Yeah. And I feel like another problem is when you're creatives and you work in this creative space, somehow we always feel like we are ahead and behind at the same time.
Yeah.
And being at home has exacerbated that feeling so much more. That like I'm so over that part of quarantine. Like everybody's saying, creatives, like this is your time to get ahead. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. You should be doing this. And it's like that overwhelms me so much, which is probably why I took too many vitamins this morning and vomited all over the place. TMI for all of you guys out there. I literally was like moving too fast.
We almost didn't have a podcast today, guys. We almost didn't have a podcast.
I was doing too much. I'm trying to get everything together, and I just like popped in my vitamins, like, and I didn't take them the right way. You're supposed to take them with food, but I wasn't paying attention. And my iron. And then
Yeah.
after that, I had tea, and then I didn't like it, so then I had another tea, and my stomach started hurting, and then
And you had tea, which means you're not working out today.
and then I had 2 different types of breakfast because I wasn't eating the right thing. Yeah, I know. And then I vomed that all up and was like, okay, after all of that, you've been left with saltines. So,
Dang.
yeah, so my workout out the window. I have a personal goal that I've been working on for months, and quarantine has not helped. And it's to gain healthy weight, which is something I've always kind of like struggled with. I always want to. I want to get thick. Okay, I was gonna put it out there. What the real goal was to get thick, especially for summer, and it's a little bit more of a task right now.
Well, I'm gonna help you right now. You ready? Because after I wake up and do all that stuff, I do my workout, which I do like between 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 20 minutes. And it's this guy on YouTube put in bully juice. Okay. Bully juice, like Beetlejuice, but instead he's a bully juice. Anyway, he does he has a bunch of a variety of videos, but my favorite are the 5, 10, 15-minute workouts. Yeah. And it's for everything. And you are so sore afterwards. So then after that, I have breakfast, take a shower, and then literally I'm just like posting on my blog, doing all that stuff, like planning.
Well, you're still being creative. That's good.
Well, yeah, I mean, I figured this is how I think about it. Okay. My dad always said when I was younger, like, if you work twice as hard, no one can take your spot, or no, like, because he always said, like, what if a new kid moves to your school and like takes your basketball spot? Like, you always have to stay on your stuff. So I'm always staying on my stuff because you know how many people are going to give up after this coronavirus? Exactly. No shade, but a lot of people are going to be like moving away.
And there's so many people who, honestly, whatever spot you have, there's always somebody who would kill for it wherever you are. Even if you don't want to be there, you don't think it's, where you need to be or where you should be at that time, but there's someone else who would kill to be in that spot. So you shouldn't completely go lax.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to be contradictory to what I said about everybody saying you should do this, you should do that to get ahead. Like, don't stress yourself out. But, self-care, find a balance between self-care and staying, active and relevant in what you do.
Exactly.
Because if you consider this a vacation, it's not a vacation for everyone else.
Nope. Because
hence why this podcast is still going on.
I do feel like I am not. I mean, I feel like I'm doing what I love more.
That's awesome.
It's like a passionate aspect to it. So it doesn't feel like work, but I am working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But totally. I think it's important to take this time for people that aren't working to like chase after their dreams. Like, this is the time. Like, if you're out of work, like,
get that side hustle.
Get that. Like,
why not?
Hustle. Especially you're getting that unemployment check for, just use it. And I've been saving up too, girl. I've been using this unemployment check, girl.
Save it for a rainy day. Because
I'm pretty sure I'm getting paid more on unemployment than I am if I was actually working.
Don't tell the IRS.
I'm like, thank you.
But honestly, this is a time to really invest in yourself however you see fit. I totally agree with that. Harvard and a bunch of the other Ivy League schools have courses online right now that you can take for free and audit. Like, why not? And then you can pay if you want to get a certificate for it. So if you want to get ahead, I saw business on there. I saw humanities courses. I saw even some journalism stuff for like non-English speakers. I'm like, there's some really valuable stuff you can do to get ahead for your own side hustle. Like, this is the time to really invest in yourself.
Or even just for your well-being or personal goals. Like, this is the perfect time just to invest in something that you've always been interested in.
You're just passionate about, that you love. Like, look at Tabitha Brown. I believe it's last name's Brown. The vegan, the woman who cooks vegan food all over her TikTok. Now she's signed to CAA just because, she was doing more on her TikTok. Everyone loves her. She's so warm. I just watch her videos just because they're so nice.
Right. But it's things like that, especially social media, where if you're interested in something that's home-based, like cooking, even fashion, anything, right? Like, this is your time. This is it. Like,
you can grow the audience because everyone's at home with nothing to do but watch stuff and consume content. And so why not?
Yeah.
People also, even if it's not for the followers, it's a good outlet just for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what you enjoy.
And you have to start somewhere. Like, that's the hardest thing. You have to start somewhere. And I'd rather start with no followers now in quarantine and build something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
building organically too, because I also feel like there's that rat race of everybody wants to have that 100,000 or whatever, 1 million followers on whatever platform. There's so many, right? Yep. But now the time that you can build organically and maybe not feel that like struggle to be like, oh my gosh, I need to, purchase a bunch or whatever. Because
I
there's so
never
many people that are,
understood that. I never understood why people buy followers.
there's this mentality that I've seen also in like marketing
Mm-hmm.
that think about it, when people see like, oh, like this person likes this, or a bunch of people seem to be interested in this, following this, maybe that does make them more credible, or maybe suddenly I kind of do like it a bit more. So they want to buy the appearance of already having some sort of credibility and validation.
I know, but for me, that made me more insecure because it's like I didn't work for this. And two, I feel
It's
like
going to
people
show
would
later
be.
in the numbers.
I know, but it's so easy to
Yeah,
tell when someone has a fake following too, because you can see
exactly.
their comments and like either they have like 5 comments for a minute, like 2 comments, and then all of a sudden you go back to their page 10 minutes later and there's like 20,000
20,
comments. Like
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
this doesn't even, and
Like,
they're all like nice, cool. Like it's like
like
this isn't even real.
nothing of
I had a
substance.
friend who she made it seem like she had this like bomb ass YouTube channel,
Mm.
and she had me to be a guest and all these people be a guest, and I noticed that all her like videos, I'm not gonna say all the, I'm not gonna give all the details just in case, but like all her videos had like 15,000, like all of them exactly 15,000, 15,000, 15,000. I'm like, something's
Come
not
on, you couldn't be smarter than that to at
no.
least not have the exact same amount.
Yeah, so it's like, and I don't even know how you do that. Like I don't even know how you can get subscribed, but whatever, do you, boo.
I don't
But
know.
it's embarrassing too, because remember when Instagram deleted all like the fake followers and all
And
the
like
spam accounts, and
plummeted.
like a lot of
Yeah.
celebrities like Mace had like fake
A bunch
following.
of them too, though, because sometimes it's not even them, but like their teams will even buy it. They don't even know sometimes, but their teams will even buy
Yeah.
it just to like boost them to keep up with everyone else. I have friends who work in PR and they're like, who work with like Disney Channel stars and stuff like that. And some of the
Mm.
younger ones, they're like, yeah, they'll buy like some followers just to like amp them up. And it's
That
a
doesn't
real
amp me up.
thing.
That makes me feel insecure. Like that made me feel more bad about myself. I'm sorry, but it's just
It's just like,
do you like, why can't people just live like I feel like right now more than ever I feel like I can just be myself and not have to be when I first moved to LA I felt like I had to like have be in this lane of being a reporter and just stay in it.
yeah.
But it's like no, like bring your personality out, bring all your interests out and be
Yeah.
yourself. Like that's like what's popular right now, being yourself.
Yes, totally. I totally agree. But I think what happens is everybody starts thinking like, oh, how do I be myself but in this niche, and whatever they think leads to virality.
Yeah.
But be myself. So it's kind of like, you know what, just kind of roll with it. It might work out, it might not. You never know what hits and what doesn't. I don't know why, but the only videos that seem to do well on my TikTok are the ones that are really weird. Like I've got a few weird TikToks, and those ones are like one of them has 1.7 million views, another one has like over 600,000 views, and I'm like, oh, so you guys like when I'm like
And
making
then
a
it's like, and
total
then, but then
clown
see
of
that
myself.
messes, I feel like that messes people up too, because it's like maybe you like that, but that wasn't your favorite content to make. So you kind of have to incorporate what people want to see with your interests. So
So you want to strike a balance,
there
yeah.
has to be a happy medium. I mean, I go through that too with my YouTube channel. I've had my YouTube channel for 5 years and I was making content that was funny and all this stuff. And then I started making reaction videos and then they just started like crazy numbers. Like,
Hmm.
I did like a Lady Gaga Super Bowl
But it's like, but were
reaction
you
and it had
married
like
to
80,000
reaction
views.
videos? That's
And but
incredible.
I didn't like it wasn't, I
Mhm.
wanted to be an entertainment host. I didn't want to just make reaction videos. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like I want to find a balance of having like comedy with, whatever by
Yeah, and I
entertainment.
feel with creatives we get that fear of being like of being boxed into a certain niche or
Yeah.
area, because I feel like on a lot of platforms they're like, to be successful you must niche your stuff. If you do fashion, only do your fashion stuff because your followers will come for that, and then later when you have a huge following you can start doing little things.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, I know I'm someone who's like, I have so many interests. I'm multifaceted, multi-hyphenate,
Yeah.
whatever. But you know what I mean? I have a lot of interests. Yeah, I like style, but I also like talking about pop culture. I also like talking about internet culture. And sometimes I just want to have fun. I don't know if I want to spend every day also doing more news, pop culture content, because I already did that
Yeah.
like at work. So it's like now in my free time, do I want to do more of that? So it's kind of like trying to find this weird balance. You're being told like put yourself in a niche, and I know for myself I've always worried like, okay, I really do like style content, but if I only make style content, will I only be tapped for stuff involving style content?
Well,
And
I think that's the thing though, because your career is in entertainment, that already gives you a step ahead with that. So I think
now, yeah, it's like trying to change that mentality. That's like,
yeah. It's definitely a
like,
balance because that's what I'm kind of doing my Instagram. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but the last month and a half, I've been doing kind of more travel, like even like short trips to
lifestyle.
Palm
I've seen the
Springs.
lifestyle photos.
Yeah, more
Yeah,
lifestyle. So
I love them. They're gorgeous.
I try to do it like comedy. So it's like I'm trying to have that little bit of like that YouTube flair in my Instagram. It's like a brand. I'm trying to like, but I'm also an entertainment reporter. That's why I have the blog. So it's like
Yeah.
incorporating everything, but also what I've learned is not putting all your eggs in one basket. Everyone says that, but
Hmm.
like that has hit home for me the last couple weeks where it's like you just cannot focus on one thing because it's like then you forget about the rest. Like every day of the week you have to take time for all your interests and figure out okay,
Yeah.
because maybe you have a fashion blog but maybe you, I don't know, talk about entertainment stuff on YouTube. So it's like okay, well you have to do that for
Find a place to do
2 hours and
it.
focus on the other thing for 2 hours. Like it's really hard to balance, especially if one has a bigger following than the other.
Yeah, yeah, I totally know what you mean. And like, see, that's another part of like quarantine, like where I said in the beginning, where I'm like totally over, like you should be doing this and you should be doing that, and because it's like everybody also wants you want to come out of this showing that like I was doing something and I'm ahead.
Yeah.
I think everyone also has this like sort of existential dread of like whenever this is over, what if I'm left behind?
Yeah.
You know? So it's like you keep feeling like I need to get ahead. And I totally agree with you saying like it's okay to split up your time a little bit. I also think it's okay take a break in between and go watch Netflix. Go watch,
Definitely take a break.
Extraction for 2 hours. Like go do it. It's fine. So I feel like finding that happy medium balance between all of your interests is fine.
Mhm.
I'm somebody who needs to live by a schedule. So what I've been doing is kind of just scheduling out blocks for myself.
Mhm.
And I've been putting small goals for myself. Small goals, because I found when I'm too ambitious and my to-do list has 10 things and then I only complete 2 things, I feel like such a failure. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I did nothing all day, even though it's like, well, I completed 2 things and then I freaked out for the rest of the day over how many things I had to do. So
Yeah.
for me, I had to like learn like, okay, you have this kind of all this open time and space. What are you going to do with it? How do you make the best of it? And I'm like, small to-do list with a few goals. So I can feel like, I accomplished something today.
Yeah,
And
and
you can do
I
that.
am the same way as you. I have a friend that helps me with the blog. Her name's Santana, and I was like, "Girl, we're getting 5,000 followers by this time," and I'm like, I told her the other day, I'm like, "Why are we like doing this? Like, let's just post content and like let's just see what happens. Like,
Yeah.
we shouldn't have to. It's not about the followers; it's about the entertainment and the love for it. So like, let's just when it's gonna happen when it happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And when you plan, it's good to have goals. Like, yeah, we would love to hit 5,000, but you don't have to pressure yourself to hit that goal where
I
you
agree.
lose sight of like the passion and the dream and the vision. Cause then that's when people end up doing, sideways things to get there,
Oh
buying
yeah, I agree.
subscribers or whatever, and then there it goes. Everything kind of like drops off or you get lost in your own sauce. Like, no one wants to do that.
Yeah. And it's all about the hustle. How bad do you want it? Like if you want it, you will work and do whatever you have to do to get there.
So Blair, what would
That's
you
ethical.
so during this time, yeah, I know, right? So during
Because
this
you got to
time,
be careful in these streets. People be doing a lot of things for some.
they are. Well, I want to talk a little bit about during this time, we've all Hollywood shut down, right?
Yeah.
So, we don't have red carpets to cover. We don't have junkets or anything to cover.
Yeah.
And we've been seeing celebs obviously don't have anywhere to be but their mansions and they've been acting out. Like,
Oh my
I'm
God.
also kind of over them. We're talking about like Hollywood people that we're kind of over,
Yeah, there's been a lot of people
I'm over
complaining.
some
Like, didn't
celebrities.
Sam Smith complain too? He said something. He was like crying or something like that. Like when this first happened. Listen, they have all of the tools and resources to be safe. And like I know Heidi
And the
Klum
money.
and the money. But Heidi Klum, I saw she maybe had it or something, and she got tested for it. So if like you're a celebrity, you're like getting the test, like you're rich, you're getting the test earlier than
Yeah.
anyone else. So I don't feel bad for them. I feel bad for the people that I think about all the time is the first responders and
Oh my gosh, I know.
elderly, because it's like they're really suffering. Well, most of them, because now obviously we know that more than just elderly people can get the coronavirus.
Yeah.
But it's still like the first responders are out there sacrificing their lot. Like it's crazy. Like
Yeah, and
taking
like
their
I
homes with
hate to
their
say
families.
it this way, but some of them, they're out there on the front line. Some of them are brave, and then I've seen some nurses protesting, like yeah, I'm like, you know, we're grateful you guys see us as brave, but some of them feel like they're being martyred,
Oh yeah.
like
Well, there's
they're
a
being
doctor that
sent
killed
to the slaughter,
himself.
and it's like they don't even have the right tools. They don't have. So at the same time, I am happy that some, you know, celebrities are really like, you know, using their platform and using whatever they have for good. Like there are so many that are like buying ventilators. Like Rihanna's been doing that, which I think
Oh
is
yeah, yeah, yeah.
incredible. Christian Siriano, you know,
Making masks.
factories switched over to make masks. Like
Kylie Jenner with the hand sanitizer too.
I'm just like, I think that's incredible. I think that's great. Because right now, there's too many of y'all complaining at home,
Mm-hmm.
calling this the great equalizer. I'm like, equal.
I don't like
There are
that
some
either.
people shut at home in their apartment with all their kids and their like significant other
Yeah. Well,
for
some
24
people
hours a
are
day.
like, this is the time where like abuse is like spiking up because people are in their house with their abusive partners or their abusive parents. Like, there's a lot that I'm grateful for that I'm like, I literally think about this every day. Like, I'm not going to complain because I don't have to go through that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
totally.
I'm trying to, it's very serious, but it's also, you also have to be lighthearted and laugh and smile. You can't lose who you are through these tough times. So
Hmm.
like the only thing that I've been really making fun of is just the people in Hollywood where they shop in the lines. Why are you waiting at Trader Joe's in the line and Ralph's outside when you could be going to Smart and Final North Hollywood? It's just a little bit down the road. I don't understand this.
So particular.
So particular. And
And then they're
Target,
also like
anybody else at
right standing
Target?
like I'm like, do you guys don't get it? I don't get why like the reason we're standing outside is because they want to make sure we have space around each other when we shop in the store. So why are you all standing right up under each other outside?
Yes. Yes,
Like
that too.
you missed the point.
Missed the point.
I'm like, you're gonna get it anyways. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you think that we're gonna have a red carpet season? Not even a season, because the red award season is pretty much over. But do you think that we're gonna have red carpets at all this summer?
I would love if we could,
Mm-hmm.
but honestly, a lot of movies have been pushed back, and like Disney, a lot of their movies, their films, they push straight back to fall because their
Oh,
hopes are like fall that they can have like theater runs because they want the box office opening.
yeah.
um so I feel like that skipped summer. They moved Mulan back, which is crazy because I covered Mulan, the junket, and then the
Mm-hmm.
next day was the red carpet. The next week everything got shut down and the movie was supposed to come out the week after.
Yeah.
So they pushed that back from March 27th opening to like July something, I 24th, I believe.
Got it.
Um, and I seriously I don't know if they're still going to show it in theaters. They might, just because of the fact that if you know we've reached the certain stage where they think people can sit in theaters, you know, and they already had one, I believe it was one premiere. I think they did the Los Angeles premiere alone. They might still show it, but I can't see any other film opening in the summer. I just like don't see it.
Yeah. What do you
Not
feel?
because I mean, would you as a reporter even feel safe like in those events? Those events are huge. People are up under each other. The photo pits are covered. We can barely stand next to each other. You guys, they put up a sheet of paper like this big and expect a human with a mic and another human with a camera to stand there.
Yeah, I would say that what they should do, with what is it called? I'm trying to think of what it's called. I can't think of the name of it.
Sorry for those that
The
have
art of
audio.
a,
I'm holding up what looks like an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper.
yeah, it's really small. But I can't remember the event that it was, but a PR rep, his name is Chris. He asked me if I wanted to do the Pose
Hmm.
premiere. This was like last year. This is for their season 2. So I did that, and everything was spaced out so perfectly. And like
Beautiful.
when I think about a red carpet, it would just have to be spaced out where we're all so far away from
No,
each other.
yeah, I could see that happening, but at the same time, I also think about the numbers. So, and the space allotted, which means they're going to cut a lot of outlets from being
Mm-hmm.
having access to the premiere,
Yep.
which could be good and bad depending on whether your outlet gets in or not.
Yeah.
You know, because
And
sometimes you're there and they, you know, they put all the black outlets in the Rosa Parks section in the back, and that's another thing. So I'm like, are you going to axe all of the
no.
black and multicultural outlets? Because if we're going to be for real, they're always put at the end.
Oh, they always are put
And
on
it's
the end.
awful.
So what do you expect when this happens this summer? They
Exactly.
probably won't be doing any red carpet.
Yeah, I'm like, exactly. Like,
Especially with
exactly.
you being in a startup too. Like they
Well,
already
that startup, they don't do red carpet. So I'm still have the
oh,
other
okay.
ones I freelance with. Yeah.
Okay.
But at the same time, I think it doesn't, I
Help.
mean, who knows how to work out? Like, is everyone also going to feel safe
Yeah.
being in that
It might just be
space?
virtual. It might just be a virtual summer.
I know, it kind of
A
sucks.
savage virtual summer thanks to
Savage
Beyonce and
summer.
Megan.
Yes. What a hit. What a way to really like bring everyone's spirits up in the middle of another drab week.
Girl, I was so
They did
blessed.
it
And
with
then
that
Doja
Savage.
Cat and Nicki Minaj too. I'm like, y'all,
I know.
blessed us.
Everyone was coming out left and right. I was like, what?
I
I
was like,
saw a
where's
tweet that
Rihanna?
was like, oh, Rihanna dodging Cardi B's calls for a collab.
I'm sorry, I don't want to hear Cardi B's. I'm good. I don't want to hear that second album. I'm gonna pass on that one.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that.
See, everyone,
I
what
like her,
happened?
but
Everyone liked her for so long, and then it just was like
I want
Megan Thee
some.
Stallion came out, and it was over for Cardi.
Yeah, I know for the most part. I mean, I do like Cardi. I want to hear some good hits though.
I like her personality, but to me,
Yeah.
I feel like rapping, like you have to write your stuff. For me, it's more like a pop star. Like someone can write for you. Like it's just different. Like the
She's like basically
hip hop culture, you have to write your own stuff
to
to
me.
be
I
able to
feel like
make
she's
it.
kind of chosen as like that pop culture rapper. I feel like there's one that's chosen every year, every few years. That there's a pop culture rapper. So
She's
like
really not
anything she
that.
does is gonna be like considered hot, but it's like, come on, you had a collab with like Maroon 5. It was
Girl, I was so tired of that song.
like, you get what I'm saying, where it's
I
like
get it.
you're like the mainstream, the pop culture, like where it's like hip hop heads are kind of like, okay, like we see you, Cardi, but like we're not
Yeah.
in it like that.
I mean, when she won the Grammy, that was over for me. I was just like, nope, like this.
That
She beat
came
Travis Scott, that was it for me. But we
and
got
the
way.
fact that like, come on, she has like the ghostwriters and stuff.
I don't know why they don't even need to be a ghost.
I'm like,
Why are you a ghost? We know someone's there. I just can't even see her writing. Like I can't even see her spelling her name.
stop. You mean her government name? Yeah, that one's pretty hard.
Yeah, shade. But girl, so quarantine, one thing that's been really I think
Back to quarantine.
back to quarantine.
We got off, y'all. We got off.
Well,
y'all.
music has been a big help, but I think the mental part of this too is just kind of like staying in there and like because there was one day where I was just having like the worst day ever, like for no reason. I was just sad, and I think it was the day that they decided that they were going to open up Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee, and Florida's beaches. It was like all in one day, and I just kept
I'm
thinking,
like, can you not send Black people to the slaughter? Thank you.
period. And I just kept thinking, why, like, this is so evil. And then it also hurt because, like, my boyfriend's stuck in Florida because we have a place together, but he hasn't been able to move because of the coronavirus. So we said, like, damn, like, I just got to keep waiting for my man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, and then it's like trials, and we've got all, ugh. And it's literally like they're like trying to like let him out on a battlefield.
Exactly.
They're gonna be walking coronavirus cases that are untested. People won't even know if they have it or not because so many people haven't been able to get tested, and then they have the nerve to open up everything Black people love: the nail shop,
oh yeah,
the barber shop.
Yep.
And then I guess for white people, the bowling alley, which by the way, I remember
so
reading one time that bowling balls are the dirtiest item in the world.
I believe it. And the
and
most
how you
dirty
open a bowling alley.
And people, I watched a segment on 2020. This was so long ago, but they were talking about the dirtiest part of a restaurant is obviously the seat. So when they were talking about opening up restaurants, I'm like, no, ain't nobody. Like that's why I always get gross when like little kids are like playing on the seat and have their face. Ugh.
Yeah. Ugh.
Nasty.
I know. And then how is that really feasible either? Like, okay, they're like, everyone's going to have masks and you have gloves that can be, gloves are going to serve with gloves. You're going to wear masks. You're going to wear gloves. You're going to wear masks. Everything's disposable. And it just seems like I'm going to sit down in a chair, lift up my mask to eat. Am I having a conversation with you? How's this going? It's still traveling.
Doing with your mask on?
And okay, so the minimum is 6 feet, right? But I remember reading that it can reach up to 13 feet. So are we going to be 13 feet away from each other? Because if that thing can travel
If it's
almost
13
double.
feet, then you can only seat a certain amount of people. So what's the point of opening up? You might as well just keep doing takeout.
Yeah, what's New York going to do? Some of their businesses are only 13 feet by 13 feet. Like,
Period.
you got one patron at a time.
Yeah, in New York, they're struggling, more than anybody. But now Michigan is all messed up because all the protests that's going on. It's just ridiculous. Like, I'm over the BS.
Over it. Oh my gosh, the protest. Now, let's touch on this really quick before we peace out. But the protests, that we've seen, I don't understand why some of you guys have Confederate flags. What does that have to do with your protest?
Yep. It has nothing to do with like actual work. It literally is just, they're just listening to Trump. They're all Trump support. That's the thing. They're all Trump supporters. They're all Trumpers. So it's like, they're going to do, and yes, I'm a Democrat. This is a podcast. We're going to be who we are. But I have friends that are Republicans who are not for Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, that has nothing to do. And I feel like he really does represent racism. And the fact that he said, like, he tweeted, like, what did he say? He said, like, free Michigan, free, pretty much, like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really, bro? So, like, that's why people got mad. There's at the Capitol now in Michigan. In the Capitol, there's police blocking the doors with guns. Like, I'm talking skinheads. I'm talking Confederate flags.
And it's all because they're like, yeah, we want to go back to work. Well, we're not going to die. And if we die, we die. And then it's like, oh, suddenly it's my body, my choice. What's that I hear?
Yes. It doesn't make any sense.
Suddenly it's my body, my choice. Like, it is wild. And when they brought up the Confederate flags, I'm like, I feel like these people heard the news about how Black people are also dying in like crazy amounts. And it's like, well, it doesn't seem like it's our problem. It's their problem. So let's get back to work. And whatever happens to these people, we really don't care.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just them being totally selfish and literally Trump. This is the thing, is that this is why words do matter. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're a Trumper, I'm not trying to say that you're unintelligent, but it's like when someone says that that disinfectant can probably cure the virus, it's like points like that where it's like, you can need to step back and say, why am I supporting this person? Like, why am I supporting someone who has this type of agenda?
Yeah, but I guess they didn't ask it because they all went out and bought it. Bleach sales went up.
I know, and they drank. Didn't people drink it too?
Like, it is so bad that I think either the same day or the next day after Trump said it, RB, which is the company behind Lysol and Dettol, so the two like
they had to make a statement.
Yeah, they made a statement like, don't ingest bleach, don't ingest any of these products. It's that bad.
And he said he was being sarcastic. Like, no, this is, as a president, you're a boss. Like, it's over. Like, you need to say what you say, get off the TV, not for entertainment. Sadé, I'm over the BS.
Over the BS. Over this quarantine BS. That is the end of our show. We've gone on a total spout rant, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
I loved it.
You know, you can go ahead and let us know at Over the BS Show. That is on Instagram. That is on Twitter. We love you guys. Thank you for listening. Also, let us know what you're over. Let us know what you're over.
Yeah, let us know what you're over about the quarantine, and let us know what you miss most about being free.
Being free.
All right, you guys. Have a good one.
Bye.